Well, it's been a while since I made a video, and I think the main reason why I didn't make videos this past month is because, well, one word, allergies. I've been having some terrible allergy attacks, also known as hay fever. Some people would say allergic rhinitis, perennial, which would be uh, I always have these. Doesn't matter what season it is, it doesn't matter what's in bloom. I just have hay fever attacks, and it's gotten a lot worse this last month. So I started taking a pill for it. I was taking Zyrtec, which is a good antihistamine. And then I started wondering why I was sleepy all the time. It's like every time I wanted to make a video, I was so tired I went and took a nap instead. I was taking 2 and 3 naps a day. And then I finally realized it's the antihistamine that's making me so tired all the time. So I really have to fight through it and not allow it to take me down that way. So anyhow, here I am. Today I'm going to make, this month I'm going to make 3 TBR videos and probably one video to talk about what I've been reading during the last month. So this video is for a event called Framed in September. It's like somebody finally got the great idea to have a reading event about art. And uh, I'll put some links in the description of the video to direct you in the path of whoever it is that made these videos about Framed in September. This is just about some art reading that I would like to do during the month of September. And the first thing I want to mention is Van Gogh. I just this month finished reading the letters of Vincent van Gogh, and I was doing it as a buddy read with Faith and Deirdre, and we had a wonderful time reading it and discussing it. The Letters of Van Gogh is such a wonderful book. If you haven't read it, if you have any interest in art, it's a really good book for artists to read because he gives sort of like art lessons in the book and art wisdom. And at the same time, he talks about his own life and the problems that he's experiencing. So it's a fascinating, touching, and enlightening book. Well, when we got done with that, we decided we weren't quite done with Van Gogh, so we are going to do another buddy read, and this is going to be his historical fiction book about art, sort of. It's going to be about art sales, I think, because the historical fiction is focused on Jo Van Gogh, I guess is her name, because she was married to Van Gogh's brother, Theo. He wrote a lot of letters to his brother Theo. And then when Van Gogh passed away, he left his letters and his art in the care of Theo and his wife Jo. And then soon thereafter, Theo died. So Jo ended up with a lot of Van Gogh's art, and she was the one who had to sell it and make it popular. At the time he died, he was just starting to get some recognition from a magazine writer and also from some of the galleries in Paris. But hopefully this book, be it fiction or not, is going to take us into the next step of the Van Gogh legacy, which is when Jo manages to sell and popularize his art. So the book is called The Secret Life of Sunflowers by Marta, Molnar. And we're going to read it as a buddy read. Really looking forward to it. And I have my copy. I'm ready to go with it. I haven't started yet. So a couple of other art books I want to read this month. Well, there's one that I need to read. It is The World of Urban Sketching by Stephanie Bauer, and I need to read it because I agreed to do some reviews of it for NetGalley. And I have not done that yet, so I really want to read this. Well, I love urban sketching, so this is not a difficult book for me to read. It focuses on a variety of urban sketching type artists, people who go out into the world with their sketchbooks and sketch what they see. So I'm really looking forward to reading it and studying the different types of styles that these artists have. And I think it takes you to places all over the world. So it's going to be just a geographical art delight for a person who likes urban sketching. And then another book that I'm reading this month is one that my friend Gladys bought, and then because Gladys had it, Linda had to have it too. So here's my copy. Brave Intuitive Painting by her name's Flora Bowley. It's down here in the corner. Flora Bowley. And it has her art in here. It has, full color throughout, things that she did with art. And oh my goodness, it's just a feast for the eyes. And I'm really looking forward to it. So that's one of the books that I'm reading. And then there's another book that I was planning to read. I mean, this is one that I started a while back. It's portraits done with acrylic paint. And this one, who is it by? It's a Walter Foster book. It's by Susan Miller Bradbury. So I started it a while back. I did not finish it, and I do want to finish it. As you can tell by some of the art that I've been doing, I'm learning to do portraits and would like to know more about it. Well, I was sitting in my chair, my reading chair, out there in the great room a few days ago, and I looked on one side of me, and in my little cart, I had this one, portraits, and I thought, well, I want to read that one in September. And then I looked on the other side of me, and there was the same book in a different cart. And I do not remember when or where I might have bought this. I guess it was a while back. Yeah, I got two of them. Two of them. So guess what? It looks like another book giveaway because I don't need two of them. So if anyone here is interested in having a copy of portraits, how to paint portraits with acrylic paint. I don't know if there's any artists out there watching this or if it's just book people, but yeah, if you're interested, leave your name. Leave a comment down below and let me know that you're interested. And if there's more than one person that wants this book, then there will be a drawing for it before the end of September, hopefully. And I will be happy to send this copy to somebody else who is interested in owning it. So I think that's all. That's all I got here. I thought I'd show you a little art. That thing. That's in progress. That's not finished. So lately I've been doing a little bit of sketchbook art. Just sort of experimentally, I thought I'd put down some gouache and I covered it. If you can see that it's all shiny. Yeah. That's pearlescent watercolor that I put on top. And that intrigued me, so I did another one. This time I used a Tombow marker and just made some marks on the page and put the pearlescent watercolor on top. And I'll use these as a background for something. Like the next page, I did the same thing, but I went back and I painted some, if you can see them, some flowers. Can you see the flowers? I painted those with ink, and then I put more pearlescent watercolor on top of them. So I really like the effect. And the next one, okay, this might be hard to envision, but these are creatures. There's two creatures there. If you can't see them, you can tell by the eyes. There's eyes up here and over here. So just take a look. Maybe you can see the creatures. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe all you see is colorful marks on the paper. Whatever. It was fun to do. And that was also done on my pearlescent paper that I have been making. And I made one more, but this time I used gold instead of pearlescent. It's a metallic gold watercolor wash over some marks that I made with, I think it was watercolor. And then this one is in progress for a class that I'm taking. And I found a painting that I did a long time ago when I was living up in Idaho. And I always thought it was like unfinished. So let me show you what it is. This is a picture of me reading to my youngins back when I had youngins that were that size. When they were little, I used to read to them all the time. So I thought I'd make a picture of a mother reading to two children. There it is. And I always thought this was unfinished because, I've just got pencil marks over her hair. This isn't all painted in. But then I looked at it again and I thought I really like it just the way it is. I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. I like it for just an example of something I did when I was in Idaho. And I like that it looks like folk art. Really nice. So that's a finished project. Anyhow, that shows what my life used to be like because I had two little children and I read a lot to them. I read novels from the Newbery List, a lot of them, to these kids. We were homeschooling and I felt it was my duty to read to them a lot, and I sure did. And I'm sure they both remember it. Those were good times. So that is all I'm going to be talking about in this video. It's about art and reading. And so if you're at all interested in art and you like to read books, this is a good time because the event is framed in September. And it's just fun to read similar books with other people who have the same kinds of interests. Thanks so much for listening to my video, and I'll be back soon with a couple of other TBR type videos. I'm going to be doing a video about the McCullough read-along, of course, and then I'm going to be doing one about a couple Christian books that I'm reading. And then the other one I really want to do is just to catch you up on where I am with Les Miserables, which is a super long classic book. I mean, it's like 1,456 pages, and I'm only about halfway there, maybe a little less than halfway. And I think I just want to talk about it right now in another video. And so thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon.